Hey guys, it's Rushdie. How you're doing? Hopefully I've piqued your interest with the subject matter of the title. So there's a few characters in this game that have a backdash shimmy. I believe Ryu, I think Kami, I can't think of them off the top of my head, but yeah, they have a backdash shimmy into an attack to punish opponents that throw things out that are unsafe. So this is a good example of where I use Ken's only option to do a backdash shimmy. So basically you backdash and you buffer CA, and on reaction based on what the opponent is doing during your backdash, you hit kick to do the CA. So I wanted to, this is a video I wanted to do a long time ago, but I wasn't sure if it was viable. Where I used to use it a lot was Kami's dive kicks. So Kami's dive kicks, if you backdash during a dive kick, you move out of her pressure range, and as she's coming down, you actually catch her dive kick with a CA. So you either make contact with her while she's still airborne, or as she touches the ground, and she's still in recovery, so she still gets hit. So it's a similar situation. This one is a really tight one. I sort of I saw the whiff on the throw, and I thought to myself, I'm pretty sure if I go for it, it was such a split decision, but I saw the hand, I thought I'm going to do it, because I think I'm going to hit. And there are times I've missed this, and the opponent's blocked the CA, but I've gone for the exact same reaction. It depends on what they do really. So I wanted to go in slow motion to see this and to break it down. Let's have a look. So there's various stages to this. I see a dash forward. Based on the dash forward, I backdash. I'm going to say that I backdash when Ice Cold dashes forwards. It's not a reaction, it's just a situational thing that happened. But because I saw him dash forward and then I dash back as part of my spacing, that whole section of sequences, so from his dash forward, my dash back, that gave me more time to react. That gave me more time to realise whatever he's going to do, he's going to whiff because I'm out of his range. Then I saw the throw give him even more time to what I wanted to do. I'm obviously aware that I've got CA as well, so I think it's here. Look at my inputs are on the right, so pay close attention to my inputs. Right, so you can see there Ice Cold's dash forward. I've already input the backdash, so I've backdashed. Let's think about what I've done here. I've thrown out a stand heavy kick and I've backdashed to a -4. So maybe even after the stand heavy kick, that's where things are anticipated. So here now, I've recognised, obviously I know I've input backdash, I can see he's forward dashed. I've recognised that the situation here is going to occur. Whatever he may do may whiff, and most forward dashes, someone's going to go for a light attack, tick throw, or a raw throw. Interesting situation there. Looks like Ken's backdash has more distance covered than his forward dash. That's what gives me the spacing. Now look at my inputs. Hands come out. Down forward. Down forward. I've already reacted to what the situation. All I gotta do is hit kick. There you go. And I'm guessing Ice Cold's in recovery from the throw. He's trying to block. You look at his inputs on the left hand side, he's trying to crouch block. Let's see what he does actually. Maybe he pressed the button. I don't think he did. I'm sure he was in recovery. Yep. He's still recovering, and that's why he made contact. So I think this is a viable strategy. I can't get the words out. Strategy. I'm in a Discord chat with other Ken players, and I've mentioned this before about backdash CA as a shimmy, and I don't think it's been too popular. Not many people have really taken note of it, which is fine. You know, I would call this like signature tech for myself. I do this in situations where I feel it's viable, and it has been viable for a long time for me. For anti-airs, as I said, Kami's dive kick being one of them. To even normal anti-air. So if someone jumps in and I backdash, I've got more than enough time to CA on reaction if I've got it stopped. But this is a very tight and a very I don't want to say peculiar, but it's a very niche example, but it shows it still works even with a very fast input, well, fast action. The throw isn't particularly slow. It's not like a command grab where they're in recovery a long time. So it's a viable tactic. So let's just go to training mode and I'll discuss it more there. Hey guys, alright, so let's talk a little bit more about that situation. So I believe that sequence of events is, so the sequence of events took place, which gave me time to acknowledge and react to what happened. But I think the sequence of events took place because of information earlier on from the match. So I think while you're playing somebody, and I think maybe based on other matches as well, you download information, your subconscious kicks in with what you see, and you may think it's a reaction. So I don't think the backdash I did was a reaction. I think the backdash I did was something I input because of what I'd seen before in the match, but I hadn't actually acknowledged the fact that I'd seen it. Something I subconsciously saw, and it gave me the idea to backdash. So what I'm saying is when I was trying to stand heavy kick, it's not uncommon for people to dash forward grab after that. Yeah, you can get your 4-frame punch. You're -4. Think about it. You're -4 on block. So that gives somebody time to give pressure. You're not often going to do something like that, even though that does work in some situations. It's not something you do because you think to yourself, you're -4, it's not my turn to press a button. If someone blocks that, it's their turn. Rather than going for a standard punish, why not go for dash and pressure if the other person isn't going to do anything, especially if they're blocking. If I'm blocking because I'm -4, dash forward grab, that's a legit option. So what I'm saying is I think my backdash was a preemptive, a subconscious decision I made based on past experience. Maybe in this particular matchup or a previous matchup before. I actually called this out in one of my fights. I forget which Ken player it was against, but I keep saying I noticed that they forward dash grab after a stand heavy kick, and it is working. Similar to this scenario here. So I anticipate an action by backdashing. Backdashing is risky because you can get crush countered. It does leave you in a crush counterable state, but I'm not really at a range there for much to go wrong unless like someone threw out an Tatsu, anticipated it. You're not going to catch a backdash from that sort of range. I think that's what gave me the time to react, to do what I did. And like I said, I've done this like many times before. So the backdash CA I've spoken about many times, and it does work. It's worked in so many scenarios. I've been doing it from season 1, the end of season 1. I just think that for people that are wowed by it, I don't think it's quite as hard as people think it is, and I think it is a legit strategy to have. If you have CA stocked and you space yourself correctly, you can't really walk back into it a bit too slow. It has to be backdash. But if you're at this kind of range, let's put foot to foot. You can see you cover a lot of range there. I think even if you were about there, CA has a lot of range, so you can't do it toe to toe, but see, it does. It's a 5-frame startup move, so it's very quick and it has a lot of range. I said this again in the Discord chat that I wouldn't sleep on the CA in that situation for whiff punishing, and for a longer range shimmy I think it's actually good. The reason why Ken doesn't get a long range shimmy is because his backdash takes him out of range for a lot of things. That's gonna whiff, so yeah, you can get that. Just that medium kick. Can't even get that one. So you can't get full line breaker. You can probably get, but see, see, I wouldn't do that at all. I wouldn't bother. You can do backdash stand heavy kick, but that's way too slow. It's not worth it. I think the 14-frame startup move. It's almost a quarter of a second. That is. Quarter seconds? Not quarter seconds. No, that's right, isn't it? 15 frames. It's 60 frames per second. Yes, that's right. Yeah, a quarter of a second, which is doesn't sound like much, but it actually is in terms of truth. So that's not really viable. That doesn't work. You could do X Tatsu, That's actually pretty sick. You could. But with that, you're actually 1 frame slower. So, oh, sorry, no, you're 3 frames slower. Whereas that is 5 frame. That is an 8 frame startup move. You're probably going to block that. If I'd done that, if Ice Cold did the throw and whiffed it, I bet you would have blocked that. V-Trigger, it's better. 6 frame startup and it has longer sort of reach. Yeah, you get the move out. But still not great because it's that 1 frame slower. Maybe it's viable on V-Trigger. I'm not sure. Should maybe try that down the line. So yeah, I mean, I could ramble on about this for ages, but just wanted to bring you to your attention that it's not as difficult as you think. If you anticipate something and you backdash, command grab for example, if somebody like wants to command grab you on wake up and you backdash, you know the backdash is going to win because you're airborne during the backdash. If you're airborne, you know that a grab doesn't work. Grab's whiff against airborne characters, and that counts as an airborne state. So if you're airborne during that state and you whiff a command grab, that all works as well. So you'll definitely catch them at close range. Backdash. And they'll be in recovery because they'll be whiffed. So guys, that's it. That's all I wanted to cover for this one. Pretty straightforward. Not as difficult as you think is all I want to say. Try it out. If it doesn't suit your playstyle, don't worry about it. If it does, wicked, you know, impress all your mates. Yep, guys, that's it. Short and sweet. I'll catch you next video. Take care.